As the global community enters the 21st century, so too is it striving towards the optimum use and development of the world's resources, moving ever closer to the increased use of organic products. With this vision clearly in mind, a unique product of international importance was launched in 1978. The product, an organic plant growth stimulant known throughout the world as Kelpak. As the international demand for Kelpak grows, so too does its reputation amongst agriculturalists and horticulturalists as a product upon which they can rely. Kelpak is a unique seaweed concentrate produced from freshly harvested brown kelp. The product's registered active ingredients are groups of hormones known as auxins and cytokinins. 5 auxins have been identified and are stable in Kelpak at a level of 11 milligrams per liter of product. Likewise, 6 cytokinins have been identified in a stable form. These hormones are involved in a number of plant physiological processes, such as cellular division, root development, and flower initiation. And after many years of scientific and practical field research on the properties of the auxins and cytokinins found in seaweed, it's been proven time and again that Kelpak has the ability to significantly increase crop yields. The kelp used in the manufacture of Kelpak is found on the southwest coast of southern Africa, where the upwelling of the nutrient-rich Benguela current and strong wave action stimulate the prolific growth of this extremely strong rubbery plant. Like terrestrial plants, kelp also requires sunlight to enable photosynthesis to take place. And in nutrient-rich seawater, this leads to extremely rapid growth. It's due to this rapid cellular division that high levels of natural growth stimulants are found within the plant cells that make up the kelp. Harvesting by skilled divers takes place along predetermined channels on a rotation system. The divers either enter the sea from the shore, or if the sea is calm, a boat can be used. However, conditions along this coastline are usually too rough for boat harvesting, and shore diving is then required. In these conditions, the incoming tide moves the harvested kelp ashore. Kelp does not have a root system, but possesses instead a holdfast, which anchors it to the rock. The kelp is cut just above this holdfast and, since it is buoyant, rises to the surface. The holdfast remains and allows smaller shoots to continue growing. Experimental research and experience over the years have established that reharvesting can take place at approximately 2 yearly intervals. This harvesting process also increases the growth rate and subsequent yield of kelp resources. Once cut and loaded, the kelp is transported to the factory. Here it's offloaded into a sorting bay where stems and leaves are separated. Stems are individually passed through a washing machine which removes all traces of salt and sand. The clean stems are then cut into smaller pieces and unwanted portions are removed. The leaves are also washed before being mixed back together with the stems. The raw material is then finely minced before being passed through to the next section of the factory. It's here that the secret behind Kelpak reveals itself, made possible by a unique manufacturing process patented throughout the world. This procedure is known as the cellular burst process, whereby the walls of the individual plant cells are ruptured in order to release the growth stimulants contained inside. This high-tech process is the only one of its kind in the world. It has been specifically designed to avoid the use of heat or freezing, no chemicals are used in the process, and no dehydration takes place. Together, these factors ensure that the growth properties found in the kelp are retained in their natural form. Continuous research on Kelpak is being conducted around the globe, and numerous research papers have been published in countries throughout the world. The effect of Kelpak on root system development and subsequent yield improvement is well documented in these research papers. Hannes van Staden, Professor of Botany at the University of Natal, has been researching Kelpak since 1981, in particular the properties of auxins and cytokinins as found in brown kelp. Early studies at the university succeeded in demonstrating auxin and cytokinin-like activity in the product produced.
One of the most interesting responses we picked up with the kelp concentrate is that it stimulates root growth. Now this of course has many beneficial effects, or can have many beneficial effects in a plant, because there is no doubt that the root is a very important part of the plant. It not only stabilizes the plant, but it also ensures that it takes up sufficient water and that it takes up sufficient mineral elements. And every physiological response that